Hey there, saltwater fans. It is the Saltwater Fish Emperor here. Today we wanted to do a video on one of my very favorite fish, the lionfish. So this is actually a Volatans lionfish, and as you can see, this is a very big boy or girl. I have had this one probably, I'd say about 4 years now. Got this guy when it was about maybe this big, 1.5 inches, 2 inches long, very small. Bought it at the store. It was about, I think, 30-40 bucks. I'd had one before, so I knew how quick they grew, but I was surprised by this guy. Voracious appetite. They will eat pretty much anything you put in front of them. So this guy kind of started on mysis, small pieces of shrimp, and then kind of graduated up to what he is now, which is largely silver sides, whole squid, anything big and anything meaty. So this one here is about 13 inches. I tried to kind of measure him the other day. Lots and lots of personality, as you can see. Really pretty coloration on this fish, kind of like a browny cream. It was a little bit darker actually when it was younger, but now kind of the coloration looks like this. As I'll show you maybe a little later, when they feed, their mouth opens up absolutely huge, so you have to be very careful with this fish about what you put it in with. Obviously it's a big predator, so it needs to be with, you know, angels, triggerfish, eels, groupers, puffers, those kind of fish. So it does well in a predator fowler setup like this one. Yeah, so parameters, I think I have this at 26 degrees Celsius. In terms of setup, salinity is a 0.124, and yeah, lots and lots of fun, lots of personality. They kind of hang upside down a lot of the time or on the side of the tank. They don't do an awful lot outside of feeding time, but you'll see them at night. They kind of patrol the reef, and obviously during feeding time they're out and about. So yeah, really interesting fish, very beautiful. Get lots of comments. You have to be very careful when you put your hands in there. Poisonous spikes, definitely don't want to do that. I'm very careful with my kids. Be careful, guys, don't get your hands in there, because they will give you a nasty sting. Really, this has been one of the easiest fish that I've kept. Very easy to grow and feed, disease resistant. The only thing I did find with it, and you may find too if you do keep one, I had a cleaner wrasse in here, and because they're fairly slow moving, the cleaner wrasse did start to pick at it, and eventually it created almost like a kind of sore underneath it, so I had to remove the cleaner wrasse for some time. It eventually healed up, and then it was fine. Lots of people talk about the clown trigger as potentially being a problem, biting the spikes or the spines. I haven't had that problem just yet, which was lucky. No, this has really been a very trouble-free fish. He's in a 200, 6 foot long. Honestly, he's getting to a point now where he probably needs to move up to an even larger tank. These guys get very big. This is about the biggest one that I've seen, but as you can see, I mean, they do get huge. So they're slow moving, which helps. Don't have to maybe keep them in quite as big of a tank, but no, he's probably ready for a 300 or 400 gallon at some point soon. So anyway, the Volatans lionfish, think carefully before you buy it. They go very quickly in the space of really a year or two, from this big to that big to now, as you can see, kind of that big a couple of years later. So yeah, think carefully before you get it. Be very careful about who you put it in with, and also be prepared for big bills on the feeding side. They're expensive to feed, they eat lots, and obviously filtration. They're messy, not as messy as maybe a puffer or some of the triggers, but they're still very messy. So be prepared for that. You're gonna need really good filtration. Yeah, that's about it. The lionfish, awesome fish, love it. Probably the ones I get, you know, more comments on than anybody else, especially from the kids. Oh wow, look at that thing. Okay, that's it. Thanks, Saltwater Fish Emperor out. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks, bye.